Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your salon babe, Antoinette. Okay, so today we're making pumpkin stew here on this channel. So it is fall season for those of you living abroad. Okay, and I realized that all the time you guys use pumpkin for those stuffs. And in my head, I'm like, so we've not done a pumpkin recipe on this channel. It's high time we did one. So this is why we're making this video. What better time to do it than fall season for you guys? So of course, we will need pumpkin, as you guys can see. And then we will need pepper. So this is already blended and ready to go, okay? And then we'll need fish. So in here, I have smoked or dried fish. It is already cleaned. And I have crabs. Okay, you guys can see fresh, cleaned and steamed already. This is fresh, like really fresh. And of course I have peanuts, groundnuts, whatever you choose to call it, just a little bit of it. And then I have meat. This has been cleaned and steamed already, so just waiting to go into the pot, okay, into the whole mixture, like just like that. Here I have onions and seasoning cubes. I'll be using 2 seasoning cubes. I might add if I feel like it, so feel free to add or reduce depending on your taste buds. And of course, you guys, I always add salt to the rice, so there is no need for me to add salt to the soup or to my stew, okay? Now the first thing you want to do is chop it up in smaller sizes, and then you peel it and remove all of the seeds in there. So you want to chop it in smaller sizes because it makes it easier for you to, to handle and peel it. After that, make sure you rinse really well and then you parboil and set aside. You want to parboil this for about 3 to 5 minutes depending on your heat and the pot that you're using. You don't need to overcook because it's still going to continue the cooking process later, and you don't want it to be too soft. I added the fish, some water and seasoning cube in a pot, and then I'll let this boil for about 5 minutes and set aside because we're going to need the stock as we go along. On to the next step. So here I am making the base for the pumpkin stew, and of course we're making pumpkin stew, so that means we're going to need stew basically, okay? We are going to prepare stew. So this is just you basically preparing stew. So I've added the onions, I'm going to add pepper, seasoning cubes. The only difference here is you will add groundnuts, okay? So prepare stew or something that looks like stew. If you've not watched my stew recipe, then I'll link it up above for you guys. So you want to start by preparing the stew. The only difference is after adding the onion and the seasoning cube and the pepper, you're going to add groundnut, okay? So make sure you mix the groundnuts really well and then just add it to the stew. Add some water so that it boils very, very well. I'm adding the fish stock that we kept earlier. This adds taste and aroma to your dish, and in addition to the water, it helps the groundnut to boil really well. After about 35 minutes, the groundnut is almost done. So I'm going in with the meat, the crabs and the fish. So you can use whatever protein you have. You can use all creatures great and small if you have them. You can use chicken, whatever it is. So I added everything in, mix really well, okay? So that everything is well combined. Everything is incorporated, okay? Everything is just blended together nicely. Now I'm going to let this boil for about 2 to 3 minutes so that everything gets, mixed together properly. And then if you want to add water, you can add a little bit of water at this stage if you want it to be, loose a little bit. But honestly, I like it put together, well put together, because this is not pumpkin soup, this is pumpkin stew, okay? So but yeah, feel free to tweak as you like it. So this is just me adding the pumpkin and giving it some good old mix. Now you have every right in the world to mix as much as you want to, but please make sure you don't mash all of that pumpkin in there because it just does not look right. So you really need to take your time and mix and make sure you still have some pumpkin in there. The only thing you need to do is see that your pumpkin is fully cooked And then by this time, the aroma in your kitchen should be on level 100. Pair this with white rice, okay? White rice. I mean, steaming hot rice. Steaming. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Steaming hot rice. And then you come here and thank me later. Please make sure you give this recipe a try. I know you're going to love it. If you've not had it, if you're not Sierra Leonean, make sure you try it and then let me know what you think. Until my next video. Bye. Mwah.